Hi everyone, I am in beautiful New Zealand. Everyone thinks about the mountains and Lord of the Rings. They also got amazing coastline. I mean, check out that beautiful lighthouse. I'm doing a long exposure and there's so much to share with you. So if you like this content, please subscribe and follow along. I'm excited to get started.
If you are new to this channel, my name is Shannon and I am a full-time photographer in beautiful British Columbia. Whether you're here to learn, be inspired, or simply enjoy some stunning visuals, you've come to the right place. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Well, I'm on the edge here, and there is no one else up here, actually. Like there's no one. So there is a trail here. I don't think it was intentional because there's no railings or anything. If you look around, it's pretty steep. The one sign that I seen, I think online, is like hike at your own risk, because there's other areas where there isn't railings on the main trail, and you know it's pretty steep. Now there is a storm coming in. That's why there's these clouds, and it's picking up in wind, but it gives for dramatic skies, which I love.
Now I love this view. The lighthouse is actually in the middle of the band of kind of orange sunsetty sky, just splitting the horizon. And I don't really want to put it too far up into the clouds. I'm slowly going to be getting some sun coming through, which could give me some interesting shots. What a location. I've only saw one other couple walk to the lighthouse and back. That's it. No one else, no other photographers here. It's what photographers dream of. Okay, a few things to note when coming here and trying to do some of these shots. One is to get yourself some filters. It doesn't have to be from Case. I actually brought some other filters from other companies along with me because I'm running a workshop that talks about this type of photography, long exposure, using photo pills, a few other tools. So this is really handy. Magnetic filters are really nice. The thread-on ones are a pain, especially when you're dealing with cliffs and areas like this. So I really like the magnetic ones. So get yourself some of those. Also bring a timer. I don't care if it's your watch. I like using my phone. So once you have your settings, then you can move over to a timer, and then that's when you'll time your next exposure now with the filters on it. Another thing is handy is a backpack. I am swapping out lenses. I'm using the 24 to 70. I'm also using the 14 to 24 to get my super wide angle lenses or wide angle shots. And it's just lovely. Oh, my wife just told me it looks really scary up here. Walkie-talkies are also great. Take a video from back there at some point.
Wow, there he is, way up there.
Okay, I got my stopwatch going for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. These are the filters that I'm using, magnetic. So I'm using a 10 stop in here. And I have a polarizer on the front. Now the sun is just breaking, and I didn't put a lens hood over my camera. Woo, that looks beautiful. I'm gonna have to stop it just before because that is nice lighting. So 2 minutes and 15 seconds would be a perfect exposure, but since I've got some sunlight now, I'll have to stop that a little short.
Now later in this video I explain how I do these calculations, because anything after 30-second open shutter, it is bulb or time mode, and your camera doesn't actually show you what your exposure is going to be at those really slow shutter speeds. Here's a bit of a view of how I have things set up for my shots. You definitely want to make sure that everything is solid during these long exposures.
Got my first sign of people actually coming to the lighthouse. Long exposures are also great for that, very busy, popular spots. You do a long exposure and they're just ghosts. There's also this classic view looking up. Get more of those beautiful blue skies. So you just set up right here. You would zoom in a little bit so you don't see the foreground trail that I'm walking on right here. And you get that lighthouse with a few of the rocks on the sides. But I'm gonna go see my son, who is super pumped that I'm out here photographing, because he's up top here. So I'll get that the next time I'm back in New Zealand, maybe. Woo! This right here would be packed in Canada. So amazing. New Zealand's got so many incredible spots that I think you just can't see them all. There's just so many. This place just doesn't disappoint. With these beautiful clouds and the sun being over here in the fall, you're not getting extreme harsh light. You might have to bracket maybe 1 or 2 images, but with newer cameras now, the dynamic range that you have is amazing. Now with wood paneling, you have to watch where you step, because then you have vibrations with the long exposure, and next thing you know, you got a blurry image. But there is so many seals, the what do they call them, fur seals? There's albatross. There is that the falcon that we see down there? They've been flying all around. Wow, look at that lighting though. That is nice. I'm gonna check my phone. Oh, long enough. Just perfect. Amazing.
Sunrise down at the lighthouse. Day 2. Now there's clouds on the horizon, so I don't know how much of a sunrise we're gonna get. That looks like it'll light things up in a way that I want. But fresh air. There's a big swell. I think we're at like a 4.5 meter swell out there, which is pretty big.
Beautiful sunrise. We're just starting to get some soft light on the nuggets down there. It's so pretty. And we're getting some pink on those clouds over there. And there's actually a boat way out there, just coming in right where the sun is. It's pretty awesome. I put a 10-stop filter on the camera, and I have a polarizer. Sun's just breaking, and I'm doing a 4-minute and 16-second open shutter. There's not a crazy amount of wind at this moment. We are getting some clouds starting to come in. The sunlight is beautiful, and I am risking doing 4 minutes on one photo. Now, how I calculated that is fairly simple. I do use an app though. There is other apps that you can use, but I use Photo Pills. I don't know if you can see it, but I set up my test setting, which is what I would get if I just took a normal shot. And that's f14. My shutter speed is 1/4 of a second, ISO 100. So then I put that into my equivalent settings, which you can see down here in the bottom. But the only difference is that I add a 10-stop right here. You would choose something else if you wanted to, down here at the bottom, if you had a different filter. So you don't have to use a 10-stop. Maybe I don't want 4 minutes. Maybe I want only, 2 or a minute and a half. Well, you can use a different stop if you don't want to change any of your settings. Now, if I slow down my shutter, speed up my shutter by raising my ISO, I can still use a 10-stop, but it doesn't have to be 4 minutes. Hopefully that makes sense. Like, there's a lot of control that you can have. I figured with the lighting and all these big waves, I would see what 4 minutes would do. Yesterday I did some at 5.5 minutes. So we'll see how this one works.
Stunning. Stunning morning.
Now let me know which photos you like more, these sort of dreamy, smooth shots, or do you like something with a little bit more texture and lines in the water?
There's a falcon that almost grabbed my face. It just came up over this bush in front of me. That was so close. Goodbye, lighthouse. All right, let's go.
So if you like this content, I hope you will subscribe so I can see you on the next episode, wherever that may be. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.